Hi, folks. Um, you know, in the business we're in, which is basically helping people change their lives and improve things, and hopefully improve things. Uh, time and time and time again, for the thousands and thousands of clients that we've had all over the world, there seems to be one running theme, and that theme is they all want to change, and that's great. I mean, it's a really great goal to want to change. But then I'll ask them, and into what? And that's the face part where their face goes blank and they look at you and like, well, I don't know. But then they look at me and they say, well, maybe I should make up my mind before I change. And it's the biggest mistake that most people can ever make. I mean, the thing is this, what is change? What is the thing that you want to change? And most people have no clue. They watch on TV, they see, faith healing, or they want an epiphany, or they want something magical to happen in their lives. And the reality of the situation is true change happens on a very tiny scale. It happens incrementally. To get to where you are now, there, for most people, was no gigantic event that made them change. Some people have a tremendous trauma in their life, and then they change. Okay, well, and then they give credit to the tremendous trauma. And the reality of the situation is the trauma didn't change them. They were ready for a change, and they were looking for an excuse. So now they have trauma. All right? So, the idea of change in most people's mind is completely screwed up. I mean, if you don't know what you want to be, or even if you imagine what you want to be, you're imagining where you want to be from where you are now. All right? So you have no clue. You have no idea. You're sitting in a pile of crap, looking out and thinking the only way to get out of this crap is to get all the way over there, and then I won't be in the crap anymore. Okay? So people do nothing until they can make that giant step to over there. And what happens is next year they're sitting in the same pile of crap, still looking for the magic pill that will launch them all the way into pristine perfection. Well, that's just not, that's not how change works. I mean, you could have dramatic changes in areas of your life, but you have to move in that direction. You have to make the decision to go. All right? And you have to be comfortable with the idea that your life's going to change. Now, here's the really, the funny part I get. And here's I'm going to rant a little because I rant well. All right? I mean, I have people and I talk to them and they say, well, I want to change my life, but I want to keep these friends. It's like, it's like saying, I want to get off of drugs and, but I want to keep all my friends. Or, I want to not be as materialistic, but I need to have my car, my house, my boat, and all that kind of stuff. I want to connect with other people, but I need to feel completely safe to do it. All right? All these changes and all these contingencies guarantee failure of getting any movement whatsoever. Because in order to change, you have to be willing to do one thing. And I'll get to that in a moment. Okay? But until you're willing to do it, you have no idea. There's no way to plan where you're going to end up. All right? And for a lot of people, that's terrifying. Because to them, that's how they got where they are. Because they didn't plan to go where they ended up. But you can't plan while you're covered with crap. I mean, you have no idea what smelling good is. All right? So here's the one thing. All right? In order for you to change, to really make a change, you have to be willing to completely let go. Let go of who you are. Let go of what you do. Let go of what you think. Let go of your attachments. Okay? And decide to make a change. And all those things may still be there and not still be there after all the dust settles. But you have no idea where things are going to settle out unless you're completely willing to let go of where you are. If you're not willing to let go, change is going to be a slow, arduous, painstaking, millimeter by millimeter process. It's going to take years. And the difference that I've noticed is the people who make very quick changes, okay, the people who really make changes are those who are the most willing to just let go. And not let go out of desperation, but to let go because they no longer need to know exactly what's going to happen next. Only when you get to that point are you able to start making changes. So a lot of times the very first change you have to make is the change that allows you to let go of knowing exactly where you're going to end up. all right? Because you can't. There's no way to make that plan. There's no way to make that wish. And every time you decide how you're going to be, your options get narrower and narrower and narrower and narrower to where you're going down this one row, this one pathway that you think you can make change. And all other possibilities are erased. So, I mean, that's my rant for today. You know, I'm really getting tired of people telling me they want to change and then giving me a bunch of freaking rules as to how they're going to do it. All right? And it's just, you know, it's comical. I mean, you watch these people with completely screwed up lives, and they're going to tell me how they're going to change, all right? You know, who's the expert here? You're going to come to me for help and then tell me how I'm going to help you? It's like going to you take your car to a mechanic and say, I want you to fix this car, but I just want you to use a 1/2-inch wrench. Doesn't matter if the bolts are 9/16. Just find a way to make this 1/2-inch wrench work. All right, and then we can have my car fixed. Would anybody do that? Would anybody go to a doctor and say, I want you to fix me, okay? I've got a broken arm, okay? But, you know, I don't want you to do anything but use aspirin. Okay, what are you going to do? Wrap the arm in aspirin? Okay, no. You have to, at some point in time, let go of the need to control exactly what's going on in your life. True control of your life is the ability to not have to have control, knowing that you can handle what's going to happen next, knowing that you don't have to predict everything that's happening. You don't have to control every aspect of your life. You don't have to control your friends, control your business, control, you know, your grass. And people try to control how much their grass grows. I had a friend who said, his grass was dying out. And I said, why don't you water it? He said, well, if I water it, it'll just grow, and then I'll have to cut it. So he's like controlling his grass growth by deprivation of water. And I'm like, okay, which actually explained a lot in his life. Anyway, all right, I want you guys to get an idea, get a concept of what do you want to change. Okay, first question, all right, what about your life is not working the way it is, all right? And the second question is this, and it's very important. What will you have to let go of in order for you to move in that direction? All right, and that's the point that you start working. Getting comfortable, letting go of grasping onto the thing that you're so desperately hanging on to that is also holding you back.